Thanks for joining me for another reading through the Bible in chronological order. We're in Numbers chapter 11 in the Christian Standard Bible today. Now the people began complaining openly before the Lord about hardship. When the Lord heard, his anger burned, and the fire from the Lord blazed among them and consumed the outskirts of the camp. Then the people cried out to Moses, and he prayed to the Lord, and the fire came down, so that the place was called Taberah, because the Lord's fire had blazed among them. The riffraff among them had a strong craving for other food. The Israelites wept again and said, "Who will feed us meat? We remember the free fish we ate in Egypt, along with the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. But now our appetite is gone. There's nothing to look at but this manna." The manna resembled coriander seed, and its appearance was like that of bdellium. The people walked around and gathered it. They ground it on a pair of grinding stones or crushed it in a mortar. They boiled it in a cooking pot and shaped it into cakes. It tasted like a pastry cooked with the finest oil. When the dew fell on the camp at night, the manna would fall with it. Moses heard the people, family after family, weeping at the entrance of their tents. The Lord was very angry, and Moses was also provoked. So Moses asked the Lord, "Why have you brought such trouble on your servant? Why are you angry with me? And why do you burden me with all these people? Did I conceive all these people? Did I give them birth so you should tell me, 'Carry them on your breast as a nursing mother carries a baby, to the land that you swore to give their ancestors?' Where can I get meat to give all these people? For they are weeping to me. 'Give us meat to eat.' I can't carry all these people by myself. They are too much for me. If you're going to treat me like this, just kill me right now, if I have found favor with you, and don't let me see my misery anymore." So the Lord answered Moses, "Bring me 70 men from Israel known to you as elders and officers of the people. Take them to the tent of meeting and have them stand there with you. Then I will come down and speak with you there. I will take some of the Spirit who is on you and put the Spirit on them, and they will help you bear the burden of the people so that you do not have to bear it by yourself. Tell the people, 'Consecrate yourselves in readiness for tomorrow, and you will eat meat because you wept in the Lord's hearing. Who will feed us meat? We were better off in Egypt.' The Lord will give you meat, and you will eat. You will eat not for 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, or 10 days, or 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and becomes nauseating to you, because you have rejected the Lord who is among you and wept before him. Why did we ever leave Egypt?" But Moses replied, "I'm in the middle of a people with 600,000 foot soldiers, yet you say I will give them meat, and they will eat for a month. If flocks and herds were slaughtered for them, would they have enough? Or if all the fish in the sea were caught for them, would they have enough?" The Lord answered Moses, "Is the Lord's arm weak? Now you will see whether or not what I have promised will happen to you." So Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord. He brought 70 men from the elders of the people and had them stand before the tent. Then the Lord descended in the cloud and spoke to him. He took some of the Spirit who was on Moses and placed the Spirit on the 70 elders. As the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they never did it again. 2 men had remained in the camp, one named Eldad and the other Medad. The Spirit rested on them. They were among those listed, but had not gone out to the tent, and they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and reported to Moses, "Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp." And Joshua, son of Nun, assistant to Moses since his youth, responded, "Moses, my Lord, stop them." But Moses asked him, "Are you jealous on my account? If only all the Lord's people were prophets, and the Lord would place his Spirit on them." Then Moses returned to the camp along with the elders of Israel. So a wind sent by the Lord came up and blew quail in from the sea. It dropped them all around the camp. They were flying 3 feet off the ground for about a day's journey in every direction. The people were up all that day and night and all the next day gathering the quail. The one who took the least gathered 60 bushels, and they spread them out all around the camp. While the meat was still between their teeth before it was chewed, the Lord's anger burned against the people. and the Lord struck them with a very severe plague. So they named that place Kibroth Hatava, because they buried people who had craved the meat. From Kibroth Hatava, the people moved on to Hazeroth and remained there. Miriam and Aaron criticized Moses because of the Cushite woman he married, for he had married a Cushite woman. And they said, "Does the Lord speak only through Moses? Does he not also speak through us?" And the Lord heard it. Moses was a very humble man, but more so than anyone on the face of the earth. Suddenly the Lord said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, "You three cannot come out to the tent of meeting." So the three of them went out. And the Lord descended in a pillar of cloud, stood at the entrance to the tent, and summoned Aaron and Miriam. When the two of them came forward, he said, "Listen to what I say. If there is a prophet among you from the Lord, I make myself known to him in a vision. I speak with him in a dream, not so with my servant Moses. He is faithful in all my household. I speak with him directly, openly, and not in riddles. He sees the form of the Lord. So why were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" The Lord's anger burned against them, and he left. As the cloud moved away from the tent, Miriam's skin suddenly became diseased, resembling snow. When Aaron turned toward her, he saw that she was diseased and said to Moses, "My Lord, please don't hold this against us, this sin we have so foolishly committed. Please don't let her be like a dead baby whose flesh is half eaten away when he comes out of the mother's womb." Then Moses cried out to the Lord, "God, please heal her." So the Lord answered Moses, "If her father had merely spit in her face, wouldn't she remain in disgrace for 7 days? Let her be confined outside the camp for 7 days, and after that she may be brought back in." So Miriam was confined outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not move on until Miriam was brought back in. After that, the people set out from Hazeroth and camped in the wilderness of Paran. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Send men to scout out the land of Canaan I am giving to the Israelites. Send one man who is a leader among them from each of their ancestral tribes." Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran at the Lord's command. All the men were leaders in Israel. These were their names: Shammua, son of Zakur, from the tribe of Reuben; Shaphat, son of Hori, from the tribe of Simeon; Caleb, son of Jephunneh, from the tribe of Judah; Igol, son of Joseph, from the tribe of Issachar; Hoshea, son of Nun, from the tribe of Ephraim; Palti, son of Raphu, from the tribe of Benjamin; Gadiel, son of Sodi, from the tribe of Zebulun; Gadi, son of Susi, from the tribe of Manasseh; Amiel, son of Gamali, from the tribe of Dan; Sethur, son of Michael, from the tribe of Asher; Nabi, son of Vopshi, from the tribe of Naphtali; Geuel, son of Maki, from the tribe of Gad. These were the names of the men Moses sent to scout out the land, and Moses renamed Joshua, son of Nun, Joshua. When Moses sent them to scout out the land of Canaan, he told them, "Get up this way to the Negev, then go up into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live there are strong or weak, few or many. Is the land they live in good or bad? Are the cities they live in encampments or fortifications? Is the land fertile or unproductive? Are there trees in it or not? Be courageous and bring back some fruit from the land, for it was the season for the first ripe grapes." So they went up and scouted out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob, near the entrance to Hamath. And they went up through the Negev and came up to Hebron, where Ahamim, Sheshai, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, were living. Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And when they came to Eshcol Valley, they cut down a branch with a single cluster of grapes, which is carried on a pole by 2 men. They also took some pomegranates and figs. That place was called Eshcol Valley because of the cluster of grapes the Israelites cut there. At the end of 40 days, they returned from scouting out the land. The men went back to Moses, Aaron, and the entire Israelite community in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. They brought back a report for them and the whole community, and they showed them the fruit of the land. And they reported to Moses, "We went into the land where you sent us. Indeed, it is flowing with milk and honey, and here is some of its fruit. However, the people living in the land are strong, and the cities are large and fortified. We also saw the descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites are living in the land of the Negev. The Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live by the sea and along the Jordan." Then Caleb quieted the people in the presence of Moses and said, "Let's go up now and take possession of the land, because we can certainly conquer it." But the men who had gone up with him responded, "We can't attack the people because they are stronger than we are." So they gave a negative report to the Israelites about the land they had scouted. "The land we passed through to explore is one that devours its inhabitants, and all the people we saw in it are men of great size. We saw even the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak from the Nephilim. To ourselves we seem like grasshoppers, and we must have seemed the same to them." So the quest toward going into Canaan then begins, and the sending of these spies signals the beginning of that conquest and what will turn into longer years of wandering. But what's significant is, of course, how Joshua, and especially in this reading, Caleb, are strong in their conviction as two of the spies who saw the same land that the other 10 did, that they knew God could give them the deliverance to conquer the land. And for me, the always shocking reality is that I've learned in my life that many times a believer and an unbeliever can look at the same facts and come to different conclusions. One might call that a bias, but I'm not sure that's the point. But what does create bias is our belief system. And that's the point. Joshua and Caleb could look at the same realities that the other 10 could. And Joshua and Caleb could see God. And so today the challenge is for us in every day, in every event, is to make sure we are looking at things like God needs us to believe that God too can get us through that. Join me for another reading through the Bible in chronological order tomorrow. And have a good day.